Okay, so for part D, I'll try and do D, E, and F in this one video here. So part D, it says the medical center finds the actual number of positive results in their sample is different than predicted by the tree diagram. Explain why this might be the case. That's only 1 mark. Now, what they're just looking, guys, to see that you understand that it was a sample, and the sample is not always correct. And particularly when you use like convenience sampling, what they did, and they just sampled the people that came in to their medical center on one particular day. So I'm going to actually write that. The sample was only taken from one particular day, or on one particular day. Hence, it may not be representative of, is that spelled right? Representative of the population. So they just want you to see it was a sample, and the sample is not always completely correct. Okay, that's the answer to part D. I'm typing, guys, because it's easier for me to do. Okay, that's 1 mark. Part D. Part E, it wants me to draw a Venn diagram to illustrate this information, placing all relevant information on the diagram, right? This, guys, is, we just need to be careful. So I can read this. The staff at the medical center looked at the care received by all visiting patients on a randomly chosen day. All patients received at least, they all received at least one of the services. They had medical tests, M, were seen by nurse, N, or were seen by Dr. D. It was found that 75 had medical tests. Okay, so first, guys, let's draw the Venn diagram. Hang on. 3 big circles. Don't ask why some of them are circles and some of them are not. Okay, that's fine. Hang on, guys. Let me do that again. That's ridiculous. Okay, 1 circle, 2 circles. Let's just copy this. I can't even draw circles. Okay, copy, paste. Okay, another circle and another circle. Okay, good. Now we'll call this medical, this nurse, and this doctor. Now it says all patients received at least one of the services, so it's not that big a deal if we don't put a box around it, but let's do it anyway. But there's no one going to be outside the three circles because everyone got at least one. Okay, now you have to be very careful, guys. 78 had medical tests. You can't just put 78 there. That's the big common mistake, because it's the whole thing. There could be some here, here, and here. Some of them might have been seen by a nurse, a doctor, and had the medical test. So you can't put the 78 there. So leave it. 45 were seen by nurse, can't put that there. 30 were seen by doctor, can't put that there. And we can't do this plus this plus this to get the total number of patients. No. So you have to wait. You can only wait until you get to the number that you actually can put in. 9 had medical tests and were seen by a doctor and a nurse. Okay, so this one I can do. 9 had a medical test and were seen by a doctor and a nurse. So 9 goes here because they had all 3. They did the medical test, the M, the D, and the N. 18 had medical tests and were seen by a doctor but were not seen by a nurse. Medical test and doctor, but no nurse. That's this one. It's the M and the D, but there's no N. 11 patients were seen by a nurse and had medical tests, but were not seen by a doctor. That's this one. 11. M and N, but no doctor. 2 patients were seen by a doctor without being seen by a nurse and without having medical tests. Okay, so 2 guys, they were seen by a doctor, but they did not get a test or a nurse. So it's not in either of these, so that this 2 is here. So you got to read each one carefully. Don't just fill it in without looking. Okay, now I can fill in this bit because there were 78 had a medical test. So 78 minus 18 plus 9 plus 11. So I'm going to subtract all of these, which is 20, that's 20, 38, 78 minus 38 is equal to 40. So I can put 40 here, and this plus this plus this plus this adds up to 78. Then, how many saw a doctor? 30 saw a doctor, and 18 plus 9 is 27. 18 plus 9 is 27, plus 2 is 29, so 1 goes here, because this plus this plus this plus this has to equal 30. And then finally, 9 plus 11 is 20, 21, 45 minus 21, 45 minus 21 is equal to 24, so 24 goes here. Why didn't I show the working for this? Well, look, it was so easy, I didn't need to. So it says draw a Venn diagram. In fact, you don't need any working because it just said to draw the Venn diagram. If you get the Venn diagram correct, you'll get the full marks. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate this information, placing all relevant information on the diagram. Done. Correct. And then part F, it said find the total number of patients who visited the center during this day. All I have to do is add up these numbers. Do not do this plus this plus this. That's obviously the common mistake. It's just this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. Let's just write it out properly so I don't make a mistake. 40 plus 18 plus 9 plus 11 plus 24 plus 1 plus 2. Now I am particularly careful as well, guys, because if I make a mistake I have to do this whole video again. 40 plus 18 is 58, 67, 78, 98, 102, 103, 104, 105. So it's 105. And therefore, how many patients visited the center? 105 patients. Okay, done. That is question 2.